Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Looney Bin Comedy Club. Give yourselves a big round of applause for coming out and supporting live comedy tonight. All right, folks, the show is going to start in just a couple of minutes, but first we wanted to remind you of our rules of the showroom. Please keep your table conversations down to a whisper, out of respect for both the comics on stage and those seated around you. There is absolutely no heckling of the comedians. Believe me, if they need your help, they will ask you for it. There is no flash photography or video recording allowed in the showroom tonight. Please take this time to turn your cell phones off. If you need to talk or text, please step out to the lobby. And we do have a 3 strikes and you're out rule. If security has to approach your table more than twice to ask you to stop disrupting the show for others, you will be tapped out and asked to leave. We also have a new check drop policy. We will bring you your check after the headliner is finished performing. That way you can enjoy the show in its entirety without having to worry about doing math in the dark. Your server will need to hold on to an ID or credit card, and it will be returned to you safely with your check at the end of the show. But let's not forget our most important rule here. Don't hold back your laughter. And now that we got all that out of the way, are you guys ready to have a good time tonight? Oh, come on, guys. You can do better than that. Are you guys ready to have a good time tonight? Your headliner tonight has been seen on HBO's Bad Boys of Comedy. You may have seen him on Comedy Central or on Showtime. Please put your hands together and welcome back to Tulsa, Alex Ortiz. Your feature entertainer this evening has been seen on Comic View on BET, and he's hoping for Chris Rock. Please, a big round of applause for Marvin Todd. And now, welcome to the stage, your host and MC. He is a favorite here at the Looney Bin and was a finalist at the Tulsa Comedy Competition. Please give it up for Billy Bazaar.
What's up, Tulsa? You guys are a sold-out show. You better have more energy. I said, how are you doing, Tulsa? There we go, there we go. You guys are in for a great show. Like the announcement said, Marvin Todd's here tonight as your feature. Alex Ortiz is your headliner. You can give a round of applause for that. Before I came over here earlier, I had to stop at Walmart. And as I was standing in the only line that they decided to open on a Saturday night, I was pondering life secrets and questions. For the first time in my life, I looked over, and it puzzled me why they decided to open McDonald's and Walmart. I'm serious, it gets enough flack as it is. Why would I open a Subway or some type of health food store? Having a McDonald's and Walmart is basically like pissing in your pants and then changing the ones you shit in earlier. I'm saying this doesn't make any sense. So for lunch today, I was sitting with my roommates at the dining room table. I was eating some ramen noodles because I ball hard like that. And one of them was eating a cheddar Wurst sausage, had the cheese in it. I'm having a conversation with somebody, and all of a sudden he bites into it, and the cheese just hits me in the face, gets me in the eye. So ladies, I get it. That shit sucks. Get you in your eye. Speaking of wieners, guys, this is a little public service announcement to you. But 2015 needs to be the year that we as guys stop sending unsolicited dick pictures to women online. But let me explain why. You guys ever had a cat and you walk out on your porch appreciating the sunrise and the morning dew, and you look down, and sometime during the night, the little shit put a dead bird on your porch? That's what it's like to them opening up a dick pic they didn't ask for. It's nasty. Some of you guys, it might stink. But they don't know that from the heart, it's a gift. That you meant that. But the reason why I'm telling you guys to stop is apparently I've been seeing women post this on Facebook nonstop for the last week. They're going to start sending ones back to you. Bigger, meaner, but you're going to get them back. So basically the way that works is you send a picture of a Wayne, and they send one right back. Wayne goes out, Wayne comes in. Kind of like a boomerang. Proud of that joke. So, since it's almost been a week, did anybody watch Super Bowl last Sunday? I saw a news story, and I didn't believe it, and I researched it, and it was true, that Monday and Tuesday were the biggest spikes in mental health, hospital, people checking in for gambling problems and depression, and they blamed it on the Seahawks losing. But I call bullshit, because did you guys see those commercials? Holy shit. There was one point I literally rewound the commercials like, did Nationwide just kill a kid? I spent the entire second half on the phone with my oldest daughter crying because I was a deadbeat dad who drove a Nissan. I didn't get to enjoy shit in the second half. But I have to thank Nationwide because the other day my daughter smarted off to me. And instead of saying, I'm going to spank you, I just said, we're going to get Nationwide insurance. She totally got the hint. McDonald's started something, speaking of that wholesome franchise. They started something that I witnessed with my own eyes the other day. It's called the Pay with Love. Anybody hear about this? I was in Owasso. A woman in front of me was buying 7 Happy Meals for her 7 kids and bought herself something to eat. And the lady was like, which one of those is your oldest kids? And she said, well, her. Bring her over here. She said, give her a hug. She gave her a hug. She goes, there you go. That's how you paid for your food. I was like, I'm leaving. I'll tell you why, because my luck, I would have walked up, placed my order, and then be like, well, if you want your nuggets, you're going to have to motorboat the fry cook. And his name is Ed. I want to supersize that. Valentine's Day is next week from the 9th. For the moment, I'm single. Maybe that'll change tonight. But I plan on spending the entire day next Saturday at every theater in town, staking it out that's showings of 50 Shades of Grey. Because there's going to be a gaggle of single women coming out. I'm just going to throw handcuffs at them. However, there's one thing about the release of that movie that I thought about way too much. Can you imagine working at the theater when that movie starts showing, like the very first showing, coming in, the cleanup? I can be like, there's no soda cups. Why are the seats wet? It's like Magic Mike all over again. Sons of bitches. I turned 40 last year. Can't believe I made it that far.